What's up and welcome back to the NBA Breakroom. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down that third quarter of the Heat and Celtics. That was the quarter that completely changed that game. The Celtics actually outscored the Heat in the first, second, and fourth quarter, but that third quarter for the Miami Heat was a big one, and a huge part of it was their 2-3 defense. Their 2-3 defense caused a whole lot of issues for the Boston Celtics. So in this video, we're going to be looking at the Heat's 2-3 defense. We're going to be looking at what the Boston Celtics were doing that was ineffective and how to attack the 2-3 zone. How should the Boston Celtics be attacking it? Where should they be looking? What should you guys be looking for going into game 2 as a fan to see if they're doing this, they should have more success, and if they're not, they won't have success. But before we get to that, I got to give a shout out to my members. Shout out to Lisa May, who became a member just a couple days ago. If you want to become a member and support the channel, hit that link in the description. Check out the membership perks. Or maybe you just want to support me, support this channel and growing. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get this channel up to 2K, man. I appreciate you guys. Let's get to the breakdown. So a big reason for the Miami Heat's success, particularly in the third quarter when they had the most success, was that their defense caused a lot of trouble for the Celtics. The Miami Heat love to go to this 2-3 zone, and they had a lot of success with it in game 1 against the Boston Celtics. So 2-3 zone, you have your two top defenders, you have two wing defenders, and you have a guy in the middle. The Miami Heat are so versatile defensively and in their personnel that it doesn't really matter who's playing which spot. In this case, you have Jimmy Butler playing the middle. Most times you have Bam Adebayo playing the middle, but you see here he's out on the perimeter. They can run back in transition and just fill spots. Now let's talk about offensively. Where do you want to attack? You want to attack what's called the dead spot, which is this area behind the defense in the short corner, also known as the dunker spot. So you can attack the dead spot on each side of the floor. You also want to look to attack the middle of the floor. If you can get the ball in the middle and face up, it forces the defense to collapse, and then that's when you get the drive and kick. That's when you get the dump off to the dunker spot. As we take a look at this possession here from the Boston Celtics, you'll see you get a drive, but immediately PJ Tucker beats him to the spot. You get a kick out, and you'll see the Celtics get stuck on the perimeter here. A little pick and pop, but nothing penetrating, nothing getting inside. And against the zone, they want you to shoot these perimeter shots. In contrast, take a look at this possession here from the Boston Celtics. Here you got Derek White who gets downhill, and you see as Derek White gets downhill, it forces Bam Adebayo to have to slide up, and now he is out of position, and that is where the dunker spot is open. The rotation here, typically on a drive, you'll have the middle guy sliding over, and you'll have the wing sliding in, but Robert Williams does a great job of getting inside position on Jimmy Butler, preventing him to be able to get in front of that pass there. And you have the dump off to the dunker spot, and that should be an easy 2 points, but Gabe Vincent does a great job of getting his hand on the ball. You see the difference between getting stuck on the perimeter and being able to penetrate and drive against the zone and the different looks that it affords the offense. Here's another example of the Boston Celtics actually generating a pretty decent look, but Bam Adebayo just makes an incredible play, right? But I just want to show you guys why you want to attack and penetrate against the zone. Here you're going to have a little drive and kick. First of all, I want to make note of this rotation here by the Miami Heat because the Miami Heat rotate so well. Here you can see, just based on the positioning of where guys are right now, Max Strus is clearly playing this wing area. He's here stepping up on Grant Williams, but he's clearly this wing, and PJ Tucker is this top guy. But you'll see as you get this little pick and pop action between Grant Williams, who's going to pick and then pop, and then he's going to get that throwback, Jimmy Butler is going to slide over, and Max Strus is going to come all the way from the wing, sprinting across the floor to fill Jimmy's spot. So you're going to have PJ Tucker, who's kind of rotating to the wing, Jimmy Butler sliding over to the top, and Max Strus sprinting across to the top. So great rotations here from Miami Heat, but you still, I mean, this is a pretty good look, you would think, from Grant Williams, but Bam Adebayo is actually going to slide over here, and he's going to take away this driving lane. Gabe Vincent does a great job of collapsing down on Robert Williams. Once again, the Miami Heat have great rotations. And right there, where you had to dump off one possession when Jimmy Butler couldn't get in front of Robert Williams, here Gabe Vincent is able to cut that off. Grant Williams has to go up. Bam makes a great play. It's a block, and they're off and running. Take a look at this possession here. Celtics are in transition. As Peyton Pritchard does that little shot fake and jabs and drives middle, he actually has an opportunity to get into the zone, but he kicks it out early. Take a look at this. Right there, I mean, Jimmy Butler didn't really step up to stop the ball. This is exactly what the zone defense is trying to force you to do. Keep it out on the perimeter. Keep it out on the perimeter. I feel like Pritchard probably could have attacked there. Instead, it's an early kick, and Tatum takes a three. Not a bad shot, but again, it's a shot that the defense is willing to give up. So that screen that I was talking about earlier in the video, that high screen, here you have Grant Williams setting that high screen. Try to screen one of the top guys to see if you can get a drive middle or to see if you can force a rotation and then you can get a kick out. You'll see on this clip here, Max Strus does a good job of coming up. Watch Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is key to this possession. Jimmy Butler is going to sink in. He's trying to take away that high post, because he knows if they can get the ball to Grant Williams in here, they're in trouble. Even Gabe Vincent has slid over. So for you guys watching at home and you're taking a look at this Miami Heat defense and you're looking at the zone and you're like, what do you do against the zone? You want to try to get the ball in the middle here. Jimmy Butler's taking it away. Gabe Vincent is taking it away. And that's why Jaylen Brown decides to throw it over to the corner to Derek White. You get a good closeout. Even here, if I'm Grant Williams, I'm staying high. So on that little drive by Jaylen Brown, it drew Jimmy Butler up. And then he's kicking it. The ball is in flight here. He's kicking it to Derek White. If Grant Williams just stays at this high post area, look how open this area of the floor is. If he just sits in that high post a little bit longer, he's wide open here. Now the ball goes to Grant Williams, and now they'd be playing 2-on-1 against Adebayo. He can drive it. Bam would probably have to step up, even if they had that secondary rotation. So let's say Grant Williams gets the ball at the high post. He attacks Bam Adebayo. If PJ Tucker drops down to take away Robert Williams, which would be the proper rotation, well, now he's giving up a wide open three from Jason Tatum at the wing, right? So I think this is an adjustment you guys can look for, getting the ball to the high post, because they had an opportunity here. They missed that opportunity. Instead, it's a corner three, and it's another miss. The Miami Heat played great defense, but the truth is the Celtics were able to generate some looks. Here's another possession, right? They're in this 2-3. Jaylen Brown is able to penetrate so far into the defense that look how congested it gets, right? Look at how the entire defense collapsed. So you get this kick out. As soon as Derek White gets into the paint, this is why, guys. This right here, be on the lookout for this in game 2. If you get paint touches, you can hurt the zone. Derek White gets a paint touch here, and look what he's done. He's drawn not just one defender, 1, 2, 3 defenders, all drawn to the ball, all because he gets a paint touch, leaving Robert Williams wide open underneath. Robert Williams is able to finish this and one. This right here is another possession that I'm sure their coach is like, yo, you can get this shot anytime you want. Sometimes an open shot isn't always a good shot. Like, there are shots that you will have early in the possession that you'll also have later in the possession. You don't need to be in a rush to shoot them. And this is a perfect example. Jaylen Brown coming down in transition, right? Nobody really stops the ball, and he's going to pull up here. Is this an open shot? Yes, it's an open shot. However, we've just watched multiple clips. We know playing against the zone, you're going to have open threes. That's what happens against the zone defense. You can get this shot from the wing anytime you want in this possession. You don't have to get it now. Let's try to penetrate the zone. Let's try to get the ball to the high post. Let's try to work the dead spots in the corners. But instead, we rush into a three here. Now, luckily, they're going to get the offensive rebound. Tice cleans it up. But like, that's just an example of you don't need to take the first one, especially the way this game was going at this point in time. Like, we need to get the best shot, not always the first open look. Now, here's an example where they're able to penetrate and get a drive and kick three, right? Here, take a look at this possession. I'll pause right there. Nobody is in front of Jaylen Brown. He's going to be able to drive this all the way into the lane. He's going to be able to get a paint touch. As he gets in the lane, pause right here. Now, defensively, Gabe Vincent does a great job of tagging. So he drops in to tag Tice, but he's also in a position where he can close out on the shooter. Now, can Jaylen Brown possibly have fit this pass into here to Tice? Maybe throw it up top over Gabe Vincent, get an easy 2, maybe. But he decides to kick it to the open 3 guy, and truthfully, that's not a bad decision either. This is a good look, not a great pass, right? Good look, but not a great pass. If he hits him in the chest, it's probably a better shot. A little off his center, but it's still an open shot. I think in game 2, the Celtics will make those more often. Here you'll see another example of getting a paint touch for a drive and kick 3. Jason Tatum gets the screen. Because you have Tice rolling to the basket, it's going to draw a lot of attention. Look at the attention that Tice rolling to the basket is going to cause. As he rolls, he draws 2. You got Dedmon, who's in drop, worried about Tice. You also have Tyler Hero, who's decided to slide over because he's worried about the roller as well. Jason Tatum reads this. You get the kick for another wide open 3. They just got to make that shot. So there you have it. The Boston Celtics have to do a better job of penetrating the zone. Get a paint touch. That can be on a drive or it can be on somebody flashing to the high post and getting the ball into the high post, but they have to get paint touches. You saw in the video, anytime they got a paint touch, they generated a look. Listen, the NBA is a make or miss league. Sometimes you just miss shots. If you can generate looks, that's all you can really ask for as a coach. That's all you can really ask for as a player. Let's get good looks. Getting a paint touch will lead to good looks for the Boston Celtics. But if they continue to just swing the ball around the perimeter or settle for threes, even if they're open but they're early in the shot clock and you're not working the zone, the Celtics could continue to have a rough time against the Miami Heat. But I expect their coach is great. I think he's going to have the proper adjustments. I think you're going to see more drives to the basket. I think you're going to see more of the big screening, the high defender in the 2-3 to try to get some middle drives and kicks. I think you're going to see more penetration, hitting the dunker spot on drop-offs and lobs. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the adjustments. That my favorite part of playoff basketball is the chess match between the coaches. You do this, I do that. And then the next game, well, I'm doing this and you're doing that. I love watching it. If you like the video, man, don't forget to like the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel. We're over 1,600 subs. I would love to see us hit 2K subs. And if you want to continue to support the channel in other ways, don't forget to check out that membership tab, link in the description below. I will see you guys on the next one. This has been the NBA Break Room. Peace.